So, having been on the ISC board for 10 years and been chair for 5 years, there are many stories I could tell. And there are some that I've promised not to tell. But I must say that I'm very happy to be here to honor ISC's 25th anniversary, to honor George and Madeline. One story that comes to my mind was flying back with you from Russia on September 11th, 9/11, flying into New York City and being diverted. We had no idea where the hell we were until we landed to Dublin. And we spent about a week in Dublin together, but we said what happens in Dublin stays in Dublin. So I won't tell that story. But the story that I will tell is a story of a new sister born. It's a bit of a love story. And to get your head into the story, you need to roll back to 25 years, roll it back by 21 years. So it's 1995. And I have returned to the mayor's office after a 2-year break, what I call my voter-inspired sabbatical. So I had a 2-year break from the mayor's office. I returned and was subsequently elected for a total of 7 terms, so I don't hold it against the voters. They just made a mistake. But at that time, I also was invited to serve on ISC's board. And I had this notion in my head floating around about sustainability and how important it was. And so I needed to have a lesson in sustainability. So shortly after joining the ISC board, I traveled to Macedonia. And this was 1991. And the Balkans at the time was a very fragile place. Macedonia was rife with inter-ethnic tension. And just across the way, their neighbor Albania was beginning a very rocky road, which continues to be rocky, to the free market into democracy. So I come to Albania. Steve Nicholas is the chief of party of a project there. So I'm invited to meet with the mayor of Struga, Albania, okay? So I meet with the mayor, an incredible character, Rade Kutanaski. He's 6'4". We dubbed him the Big Pepper, because of course peppers are everywhere in Macedonia. He was a big man, and the pepper thing stuck, so he was the Big Pepper. So after drinking copious amounts of raki, there we call it raki, and eating the extinct Lake Okra trout. It wasn't extinct at the time, but has been since. The mayor then issues to me a proposition. He says, Peter, I want Burlington to be a sister city of Struga. And I said, oh boy, what am I going to say? Because I had enough experience with sister cities to know that they need grassroots support. And for Struga, Macedonia, you could ask 1,000 people in Burlington, where Macedonia was, no one would know. So I said, that's not going to work, but I can't tell him this. So I said, well, I need to be creative. So I said, Mayor, we spent the evening talking about this beautiful lake that your city sits on, and the beautiful lake that my city sits on, Lake Champlain. Let us create sister lakes. And again, at this time, we're very infused with rakia. And he says, great idea, great idea. And so I woke up the next morning and I said, oh my God, what the hell's a sister lake? So I contact George. I said, George, we have a sister lake and I need your help in making it happen. So he says, okay, you're on the board. I guess I report to you. We'll figure out a way to make it happen. So anyways, a long story short, we identified some money from the Howard Gilman Foundation, which then led to more money from the Trust for Mutual Understanding, from USAID, for the United States, for the United Nations Development Program, for the World Bank. In working with all those organizations, we did something that had never been done. We brought together Macedonians and Albanians. And we, in fact, were the first international delegation to travel from Macedonia into Albania. In working with them, we developed an action plan to clean up this incredible lake, Lake Ohrid, which is a remarkable lake, ancient lake, one of the world's most ancient lakes, 2 to 3 million years old, about 4 times deeper than Lake Champlain, but it had much in common with Lake Champlain, including the fact that the humans were destroying it. So we developed an action plan, we brought some resources to the table, we had exchanges, and that was my first experience with ISC. And I said, this is remarkable. And together, working together, yes, we developed a strategy to improve the water quality of Lake Ohrid. But more importantly, we brought together people, diverse people from central government, local government, NGOs, regular citizens, to decide, to prioritize what was important to them, and then to develop very specific actions that would realize a plan that would clean up the lake. We learned as much from them as we gave to them. As a result, today, Lake Ohrid is a much better lake. The water quality is better than it was 21 years ago, and I really applaud ISC for the contributions that they made to that effort. As a result of that effort, the ethnic tensions between Macedonians and Albanians have been substantially lessened. And as a result of that introduction, I said to myself, you know, this mayor thing is okay, but I want to do something different with my life. I want to pursue a career in international development. So for the last 10 years, I've been working in international development. And for the last 5 years, 4.5 years, just returning to Vermont last April, I have been chief of party of a project in Albania. And I went to Albania because of the introduction to the Balkans that ISC offered me, both the introduction to the Balkans as well as the introduction to international development. And my wife Betsy and I will attest to the fact that it was a remarkable journey and experience for us both personally and professionally. So for that, I thank ISC, and I also thank ISC for the contributions that they have made to improving the life of people living in Macedonia and Albania, which are among the most screwed people on the planet Earth. But they're living a better life as a result of your efforts. So thank you very much.